What's up, guys? Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you're doing well out there, and I hope you're having a fantastic start to 2023. It's about to be a huge year for Star Wars, and I cannot wait for it. In just 2 days, we're kicking it off with the Bad Batch. It's your boy Sheev the Wild. Let's go. I'm hyped. Alright. Let's get into this because we got some preview going on for the Bad Batch. We're going to be talking about Star Wars in 2023. And I'm going to be giving you guys some channel updates here in just a second. I hope you're doing well. Make sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hope you guys are good. Let's go. Welcome into the channel, everybody, and hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a great 2023 so far. I think it's going to be a big year. I got a lot of hope for this year, man. Star Wars in 2022 had more content than I think it has ever had before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. And along with that, the channel definitely had a big year as well. And I want to thank you guys real quick at the start of here, at the top of the stream. Thank you guys for helping us get to 1,000 subscribers this past year, up close to 1,400, around 14 something, 1,420, I think. Pretty good number, you know what I mean. But I think that we can get that even higher. I think we can double that this year. And maybe that's high hopes, but that's the first goal of 2023. Let's get Vader's Lair to let's say, what do you guys think? 4,000 subs? Good goal. I think that's a good goal. We got a lot going on this year, though, so that's kind of part of the reason I'm talking about these goals and everything coming up with 2023. I know everybody's got the new year, new me. Well, it's same old me. It's same old Sheev. It's same old Vader's Lair. You know what I mean? But we stepping up the content this year. I think we're gonna try to do our best to do as much content as possible. And while I probably won't be able to do every day, as it's already the 2nd of January and it's just our first live stream, I'm going to try to take some time to work on content as much as I can, hopefully every day. That doesn't mean that there's going to be a live stream every day, but you're definitely for sure going to be seeing a lot more edited videos around here. And that's what I want to focus on for 2023, is getting the edited videos going. I have a lot of theories up in this crazy head of mine. There's a lot of Star Wars fun that we can have. Star Wars is a fun thing, man. And 2023, having it be such a big year, I think we can make Star Wars really fun, especially on the editing side and getting those videos out to you guys. Whether it's a 10-minute video every week or whatever it ends up being, just expect a little bit more. I'm definitely going to be trying to put as much as I can and as much time as I can into the channel because, well, for 2022, I got to say, the channel, the growth we had, this community, it's one of the best aspects of not only my life, but I know a lot of your guys' lives. Like, this nerdy space gives us an outlet to enjoy the dang thing that we enjoy, whether that is Star Wars or Marvel, whatever you're into, you know what I mean? Because we all got our enjoyments. I know a lot of you guys here, of course, we love our Star Wars. Well, it's gonna be a big year for Star Wars. It's gonna be a big year. So how are we doing in the chat? Good to see everybody. Make sure to smash that like button and help us get to that subscriber goal by subscribing, especially if you're new. Happy to see new faces around here all the time, so definitely make sure, if you are new, make sure to put it in the chat. Let me know you're new. Say hello to me. Don't be shy. It's your boy Sheev. We all good here. Kendall, what up, bro? He says, I'm hyped for this year of Star Wars. Dude, I'm definitely hyped for this year and Star Wars. I don't know if you said or of Star Wars, but this is the year of Star Wars. I'll tell you that much, Kendall. Not only are we going to be getting the Bad Batch here in just under a day, really. I mean, just over a day. It's going to be tomorrow night at midnight. So really, Wednesday morning, midnight. That's when the release of the first 2 episodes of the Bad Batch are coming. And then we have a whole 13 weeks ahead of us of the Bad Batch to enjoy. And along the way, coming in March, while the Bad Batch is still airing, we're going to be doubling up. We're going to be getting The Mandalorian Season 3. And that's going to be huge. I know a lot of people love The Mandalorian, and I'm so excited for Mandalorian Season 3, as I know everybody here is. How could you not be, man? We get more adventures with Grogu and and Din Djarin, like, please sign me up. It's going to be a fun March, because not only do we get the Mandalorian and the Bad Batch, but of course we're getting Jedi Survivor, as well as a companion kind of book, I guess you could say. It's going to be called Jedi Battle Scars, and the book is going to be taking place between Jedi Fallen Order, the first Jedi game with Cal Kestis, and then the second one coming out just a few weeks after, Jedi Survivor. So I'm going to be trying to dive into that book when it comes out. I'm going to try to get you guys some information, maybe do a little bit of a spoiler stream for the Jedi Battle Scars book, because I'm actually pretty excited for that. It's going to be filling in the gaps between Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. And then, of course, we're going to be streaming Jedi Survivor here on the channel. Definitely going to be covering that for you guys, and that's probably going to take a lot of time out of the, we're going to be filling a lot of time with that game coming, March and beyond. It's going to be a fun game, man. I cannot wait for Jedi Survivor. It's already being called one of the best and most anticipated Star Wars games ever. So it's going to be pretty hyped. All right, what else do we have coming in 2023? We have Star Wars Celebration coming April, I believe. So that's around the corner. I'm sure we're going to get a few more announcements, and I'm definitely going to be covering whatever comes out of that. I did end up going to Star Wars Celebration this past year in 2022, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it to London this year, but I'm sure it's going to be a fun time for those of you guys that end up going. It should be an absolute blast, and I can't wait to find out what kind of content they end up, kind of revealing to us. This past year, we had Tales of the Jedi and a few other shows kind of revealed or kind of first told to the public, hey, yeah, these shows are being made. Of course, we've had, so one of those shows, other than Tales of the Jedi, was Skeleton Crew, which we didn't get any kind of, trailers or anything like that for the public. But I know they gave some details to the people that were able to see that panel at Star Wars Celebration, and I think some stuff like that is kind of what we can hope for 2023 Star Wars Celebration. And then, of course, some trailers for shows coming in the back half of the year, like Skeleton Crew potentially, and then the Ahsoka show as well, which I know a lot of fans are really, really excited for. I'm definitely excited for it. As much as I'm excited for The Mandalorian Season 3, definitely, don't get me wrong, I'm hyped for it, man. I'm super excited. I think I'm a little bit more excited for Ahsoka, but let me know down in the chat, what are you guys the most excited for coming in 2023? Outside of those kind of main slate of Star Wars stuff, we're also going to be getting, I believe, another segment, or season 2, I guess you could say, of not Tales of the Jedi, what's it called? The animated series. There's a lot of Star Wars animation. What's it called? Brain fart here. Help me out in the chat. Gosh, why am I forgetting the name of that thing? Real quick, I'm sure somebody will help me out in the chat. Zen Grogu also came out in 2022. I didn't talk about that in our kind of Christmas Eve stream, but I do think some more stuff like that potentially could be coming for Star Wars in 2023, and I'm excited for even little kind of tidbits. I'm excited for them to do more stuff with Star Wars. Visions, thank you, man. Thank you so much, Darth Chaos. I was really having a brain fart there. Star Wars Meg says, protect Jude Law from the way fans treated other actors. We definitely got to do that. We gotta protect the actors. At the end of the day, in a way, they're just doing a job, man. The way, I know us as fans, we're so passionate about it. We love Star Wars so much, right? We want everything to be perfect. But just because of a little minor inconvenience, or, someone that's acting for Star Wars has a difference of opinion or political view of you, it's okay, man. That's beyond the content, you know what I mean? That's the background stuff. I don't know. 2023 is definitely going to be a good year for Star Wars, though, as Star Wars Meg said in the chat. All right, let's get into the chat a little bit. Let me know how excited you guys are for Star Wars in 2023. Do you guys have any goals for 2023 that you have set? Outside of trying to do more content here on the channel, trying to focus every day on doing at least a little bit, I think I'm going to start focusing a little bit more on the membership side of things. We might even unlock another tier this year, maybe a $5 tier or something, that we're probably going to end up doing some giveaways as well. So on the membership side of things, I want to do a little bit more, focus more on the members a little bit as well. and then we're gonna do some giveaways throughout the year for members and likely just for the community as well. I want to give back this year in 2023. Think that it could be a lot of fun to do alongside all the awesome content that we're getting. You know what I mean? It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Senior moment, Vader's Lair. It happens to all of us, Alan. I mean, I'm just the spry age of 23. You know what I mean? I'm so old. I feel it some days, especially my back. No, spry age of 23 though. We all have our senior moments. You know what I mean? Mike the Stand Show Porter, welcome into the chat. I hope you're doing well. Don Clatterman, good to see you. Hi everybody, and a happy new year to all of you guys. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're having a good 2023. OG, good to see you. Darth Maximus, Alan Copeland, talented Mr. Griffin, Hawks Holocron, all y'all, good to see you in the chat, man. Happy to see y'all here in the new year. Going back a little bit, the Daleman, much love to you, good to see you. Jedi Mike, much love. Aaron Tomato, Smalls, everybody that's been hanging out in the chat with us. Hope you're having a good day. Much love. Hawks from carrying all this hype. Oof, you're right, man. We've been going for almost 2 years on the channel here. Don Basham, thanks for becoming a member. Much love to you, and welcome to the dark side. For real though, Hawks, my back. 2 years running for the channel. This will be our 2nd year. So much hype, it's starting to hurt from carrying the Star Wars hype. You know what I mean? Ooh, I heard a little crack there. I don't know about you guys. Mike the Stand Show Porter says, speaking of 2023, I'll be 60 in May. Dude, that's freaking awesome. Congrats for making it to 60. First of all, Mike the Stand Show Porter. And to be looking as good as you do, my man. And to have the mindset to just have dad jokes ready left and right every single day. It's most impressive. You know what I mean? Much love to you and the absolute positivity you spread throughout all of this community, Mike the Stand Show Porter. Hope you're having a great 2023, man. Congrats on making it to 60 years here, dude. Speaking of... oh, I read that one. Yariel Poof is Sheev's mentor. He is. I love the Poof. You know what I mean? He's... what a guy. What a guy. Talented Mr. Griffin says tons of Star Wars content being released. There really is, dude. 2023 is going to be a really, really big year. It's going to be a big year. I'm not overhyping it at all, I don't think. I think it's going to be giant. Star Wars MCU OG says Ahsoka is what I'm waiting for to be like a kid on Christmas morning when it comes out. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. Trust me. Every time new Star Wars comes out, I feel like a kid on Christmas, pretty much. It doesn't matter what it is. Some Star Wars shows give me like a little bit different vibe than the other shows, and leading up to it, I might feel a little bit different, but I always get that like unwrapping the gift on Christmas feeling. You know, it's we're getting more to the story. And I say this all the time, but at one point, I didn't think that we would be getting more. So the fact that we are, the fact that it's at the quality that it is, especially with the Bad Batch here in 2 days, as we're going to see. I think the animated side of Star Wars is still so underrated, man. Get more people, show more people the animated shows of Star Wars, because we got to spread the word. No one else is going to do it but us. You know what I mean? So all of us that love this animated side of Now we're back. All right, where is my picture? All right. Well, on the other side of things with 2023, another goal that I have, since you guys are still watching, and thank you for still watching, another goal I have is to get a new damn computer. Because this can't keep happening. You know what I mean? It's not good. So, yeah, if you guys want, go ahead, super chat some questions to help us get a goal of buying a new computer this year. It would help out a lot. All proceeds are going to be going to that computer from now on. So, yeah, she just got zapped. I'm back. It's all good. It's all good. Is to build a new PC? Yeah. So I'm going to be definitely building a PC in 2023 because my MacBook is on its last leg at this point, and that just keeps happening in the streams, and we can't let that happen. We can't let it ruin our fun time. You know what I mean? Someone smack stuttering sheep. It happens, my guy. The stutter happens. Don says he's better than John Cena. We couldn't see you. It happens. That was pretty funny, Don. I think he is a little excited. Can you tell? Yeah. I'm so excited that we blowing it up now. Smalls, I feel you with the autocorrect. He says sheed. He meant sheed. Oh damn! Yo, Quentin, much love. Quentin Time Podcast. If you guys haven't checked out Quentin Time Podcast, go do it real quick. But thank you for the $9.99, my dude. Much love for the super chat. He says Omega money for a computer. Much love, my friend. Definitely gonna be putting that towards the computer, and I appreciate the super. Much love to you, homie, and I hope you're having a great 2023. I know the end of 2022 was rough for some of us out there, man. So I hope 2023 treats you a lot better, Quint. Much love, brother. And hit me up, man. Hope you're doing well. Leia Rose says, hello, Veda Slayer. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well, Leia. Much love. Happy to see you. What else is we seeing? Put my monthly towards this, says Don. Hey, much love, Don. Appreciate that. I think I got Don's acolyte. Welcome to the acolytes earlier. Much love. And we still got the winter super chats up. Whew. I'm telling you guys. First of all, thank you again for donating, Quentin. And questions you want to throw. There goes the computer again. We doing too much apparently. What's happening? What is happening? Am I still here? You guys can hear me, right? Jesus. Excuse me. For real though. Donations are welcome. Oliver, welcome into the chat. He says Andor and Bad Batch are the best Star Wars Disney Plus shows. I mean, it's all opinion, for real. I think all of the Star Wars Disney Plus shows are great, but that's just me. That's my opinion. I don't know if I can disagree to a certain point. You know, I mean, all the Disney Plus shows are Star Wars Disney Plus shows now. So, I mean, hey, you're saying it's better than Mandalorian, Obi-Wan. That's pretty high praise, man. I'm glad to see people say that, Oliver. For real, for real. I don't know if it's the best Disney Plus show or Disney Plus Star Wars show. They're pretty dang good, though. I don't know. You might be onto something. Nerd Mafia says GoFundMe for Sheev's new MacBook. No, it's a PC. We're getting a PC. That's the mistake I made the first time, was getting a MacBook. No, the mistake I made was getting a 8 GB RAM computer. That's what I did. The Stanley says, see and hear you. Glad to be here still then. Star Wars Meg says, I think Glass Onion is the best Star Wars movie. I mean, it's not a Star Wars movie. I know you could hit me with this from a certain point of view. It's not a Star Wars movie. You want to know a Star Wars movie? Go check out that Top Gun Maverick. You know what I mean? I'm just playing. Don Clatterman says, happy early birthday to Don B. Yo, happy early birthday. That's what's up. Don B, much love to you. Happy early birthday. Star Wars Meg says, let Ryan direct everything. Do it. That would be a lot of fun. Alright. Let's get into the Bad Batch here in a sec. Before we do, though, let me know who your guys' favorite Bad Batch member is down in the chat. Go ahead. Put it in the chat. Which one of the 5 Bad Batch members is your favorite? 6 if you count Crosshair, I guess. You know. But let me know down in the chat. My favorite is probably Echo. Probably Echo. And my second favorite is probably Omega. They're right up next to each other, you know what I mean? Let me know down in the chat, though. I'm going to get into a few more chats, and then we're going to get into our preview for Season 2 of Star Wars Bad Batch. Quintime Podcast says, the best Star Wars in 2022 was the Rick and Morty episode with lightsabers. I'm dead. Star Wars Meg says, Coco Melon is also a good Star Wars show. I'm not familiar with Coco Melon. I feel like I gotta go check it out now. She's definitely trolling now. For real, for real. Hawks Holocron says, hashtag Ryan Johnson did nothing wrong. He didn't. But, I mean, people will blame it all on him. And, you know, if you don't like The Last Jedi, that's totally cool. I'm not even a big fan of it. But he did nothing wrong. He's a good guy. He's just a savage. He's just a savage. He shouldn't have been... I'll tell you this. He maybe shouldn't have interacted with Star Wars fans as much on Twitter, because that always leads to people just eventually hating you. Twitter's a bad place, man. Oof. Nerd Mafia says, gotta be a record, bro. A Echo from Talented Mr. Griffin, and Echo is definitely, he's a goat, man. He's a goat. I'm still a little bit worried about what's gonna happen to Echo, because I feel like I got this like nagging feeling in the back of my head where protect Echo at all costs in season 2. I feel like he's gonna get into some like debate here, like, you know, he's not gonna be with what the Bad Batch are doing or something. I don't know. I'm worried he's gonna die. Don, much love to you. Happy early birthday, everybody in the chat. Please spam some happy birthdays for Don. I already see it. Mike the Stan Show Porter, much love, bro. Star Wars Mix says, oh, Hunchiero is the best. Hunchiaro? I feel like that's a Pokemon name. What am I reading? Stanley says Crosshair or Tech. Oof, that's a good. Those are good characters too. Crosshair, I feel like, is about to have a crazy arc this year. I can't wait for it. Echo for sure from Don B. That's what's up. Tech, Echo, and Omega from Hawks. Much love to everybody. That's what's up. Just don't. Echo is going to be a distant Echo soon. No, don't tell me that. I don't know any of the spoilers for season 2, so I'm gonna assume nothing is a spoiler, and you guys don't know anything either. But please don't. No spoilers in the chat. Protect Echo at all costs, please. They better not kill Star Wars Stallone. I feel like Hunter definitely is gonna die at some point. I don't know when. Darth Chaos says Hunter and Wrecker for him. Hey, you guys, awesome choices all around. I mean, you can't really dislike any of the Bad Batch characters. You know what I mean? I think they all have something going for them, and it's part of the fun of the show, man. So let's get into our preview for the Bad Batch season 2. Coming in 2 days. Let's go. All right. So to kick it off, what are your guys' predictions for season 2? I know we did kind of something a little bit like this at the end of our rewatch, talking about what I thought was coming, but I have a few predictions. And number one, I'm gonna kick off with one of the craziest ones, and this is kind of a theory. I'm gonna try to work on a video here that I'm already starting to edit. Gotta get my I gotta get my external drives to work because they never work. But working on that video, and here it is. So, brought it up before, but I think Grogu could be in season 2 of the Bad Batch. It's a long shot and probably the least likely of all of these things that I'm gonna go over with you guys today, but here it is. So, at the end of Bad Batch season 1, we see Mount Tantiss, a place that we really haven't seen much of in Star Wars canon. The only time we've really ever heard of Mount Tantiss was actually in the Thrawn trilogy of books that is no longer canon. Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy being the Heir to the Empire trilogy, that is. So, for those that don't know, Heir to the Empire was kind of this trilogy of books that introduced kind of the story of Luke Skywalker, Leia, Han, the whole gang, and what they kind of experienced and went through post Palpatine in the original trilogy. You know, so the Heir to the Empire stories came out a long time ago. They're expanded lore, not considered canon, but they've gone to great lengths to kind of take in different adaptations of this expanded universe into the now canon. So what's kind of going on here? Mount Tantiss is now introduced into Star Wars once again through the Bad Batch, and season 2, obviously, we're probably going to be even more focused on the clones. That's kind of my prediction here. Another one of my predictions is the clones are going to be even heavily more of a focus in season 2. Not that they weren't in season 1. And that's kind of what I'm saying here, is Bad Batch is kind of a show to look through the clones' eyes, or kind of be able to see what happens to the clones, or answer that question even. What happens to the clones after Order 66? What happens to them during the reign of the Empire? I mean, we've had kind of views and bits and pieces through comics and different mediums and different lore of what happens to them. But Bad Batch is really the story of what does happen to them. It's even through the eyes of some of the most extraordinary clones we've ever met. So, I don't know. I forget where I'm kind of going with it, but basically, we see Mount Tantiss in Bad Batch season 1, and season 2, we've already had the episode titles listed out. We know that's kind of probably where season 2 is headed by the end of it. So, knowing that Mount Tantus is a kind of a cloning facility, or one of Palpatine's cloning facilities in a way, seeing that there's a cloner there with the same patch as Dr. Pershing in The Mandalorian, who's also the dude that, when Grogu is brought to the Collector, I believe was it the Collector? I forget what they called him. Basically the Imperial dude at the beginning of The Mandalorian, right? He's bring me the baby. You know what I mean? That dude tells him, bring him in, brings him to Dr. Pershing, who's a cloner, wearing one of the patches from the people on Cameo. And we know that from Attack of the Clones. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the same cloning patch was at the end of Bad Batch Season 1 on Mount Tantus as Dr. Pershing was wearing. So what is the odds that Grogu is on Mount Tantus? And the basis of this theory is that in the Book of Boba Fett, we were shown a view into Grogu's eyes, basically, during Order 66. And what our little dude Grogu went through. And we also know that in The Mandalorian Season 2, Ahsoka said that Grogu's mind or memories go dark for some time. So, what do you guys think? Is it possible Grogu, at the end of that flashback during Order 66 that we see in the Book of Boba, do you think he could have been taken by those stormtroopers or clone troopers at the time and even brought to Mount Tantus, or taken to Palpatine, who's like, send them to Mount Tantus, we're going to replicate a Baby Yoda. I'm not saying that Baby Yoda is a clone per se, but they probably tried to use his midichlorians even back then, post Order 66, to try to clone. I mean, we know by the time of The Mandalorian Season 2 that there's been a lot of cloning stuff going on. We even see it on the main world. Like, having another senior moment, darn it. I can't remember these darn world names. The Narvala 7, it's not Narvala, because that's where Grogu was found. I can't remember it now, but basically the home world of Greef Karga, where Mando kind of, first rescued Grogu, that place had a whole cloning facility on it by the time of The Mandalorian Season 2. So I think that Grogu potentially was under the Empire's care for a long time. He could have been used for a lot of different experiments, and that's why his mind has kind of gone dark during that time period. And I think it's possible the Bad Batch here in Season 2 could potentially try to rescue him. Maybe it's kind of just revealed to us that he's there, especially the fact that they're doubling up Mandalorian episodes with the Bad Batch. Wouldn't that be just a huge reveal to have Grogu end up, at the end, the last two episodes, just a real quick reveal that, hey, Grogu's on Mount Tantus. Now, I don't know if there's going to be more seasons of the Bad Batch. I've always assumed there's going to be 5, but just, it would be cool if they end up crossing the stories of Grogu and the Bad Batch, and maybe even the end of the Mandalorian Season 3, we end up seeing Omega or something, and she's introduced to her brother Boba. I don't just throwing out some future theories out there too. So let me know what you guys think of that first theory down in the chat, and let me go back and see what you guys are saying. Much love, Meg. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and a happy new year. Don Basham says, yeah, I blew up the chat before you seen it. I know, I miss chats all the time. I'm trying to get to all of them. Stanley's happy birthday, Don. Much love. Oliver says, Omega's had the best start to a POV character we've seen in any of the animated shows. I gotta kind of... she definitely has had quite the view. Watching back through Season 1 again here on the channel, she's definitely had quite the story so far, and I think she's had probably the best start to an animated series. She definitely wasn't disliked in any way, kind of like Ezra and Ahsoka were at first. But yeah, I think she's going to be another great Dave Filoni creation, you know what I mean? And maybe George even created her, I really don't know. But yeah, Omega's definitely had a fantastic start so far. I can't wait to see the rest of her story. Don Cotterman says in the trailer, he says we're not doing enough. You're talking about Echo. Yeah, so that's kind of my next theory that we'll get to here in a minute. Is I think Echo could have some disagreements with the people with the Bad Batch based on kind of the stuff we've seen in the trailer and his arc throughout Season 1. The fact that he's friends with Rex, and Rex is probably out here trying to protect and help as many clones as he can, as we've seen in Season 1. Hawks Holocron says, so what episode do we see Mount Tantus? I hope it's not super late into the season. Y'all gotta carry me through this show. Nah, Hawks, dude, I do think it possibly will be later on in the season, but I think there's gonna be a whole bunch of crazy stuff leading up to it. Probably not till like episode 10, if I'm being honest. Maybe we'll get a little bit more Mount Tantus. I don't think it'll be like a central focus of this season. I honestly think it'll be building for future seasons potentially. I think the Bad Batch is going for like 5 seasons, but that's just me. Don Cotterman says, actually, who said on Meg's Discord, I think, what if they put into stasis like kicks? Interesting. I might be missing some context there, but that is an interesting thought. Don Cotterman says, I think G's alluded to it, but not visible. Dope book series. Yeah, the Heir to the Empire series is highly regarded as one of the best Star Wars books, trilogies, and books in general. So I personally haven't read them yet, Talented Mr. Griffin, but I know I got to. The Stanley says, Clone Rebellion and what if Sid is part of the Luthen's network and the mission BB on... Ooh, all right, Stanley's, dude, I love these theories, man. So he says he thinks that there's going to be a Clone Rebellion, and what if Sid is part of Luthen's network? Dude, that's a crazy thought there, Sid being part of Luthen's network, and she has the missions for the Bad Batch that they're going on for kind of the rebellion. They're being sent out by Luthen. That would be a crazy idea, man. I like that. I like that a lot, Stanley's. Damn. So you, first of all, 100% agree with the clone rebellion, and I'm gonna get into that with kind of my Echo theory here in a little bit because they're kind of one and the same. But dude, I love that. I love your idea there that Sid could potentially be one of the people that's kind of being hired, or reaching out with Luthen and being a part of that network that he's growing. That'd be crazy, man. We know he was building it for a long time, right? That's crazy. Hawks Holocron says it's about time to bring all that into canon, baby. Let's go. It's gonna be wild, man. I can't wait to see how they end up doing this season. Don B says, I'm just hoping I made some sense. My predictions on Santa's channel. Oh, I gotta get onto those. It's such a fun time going to Star Wars Santa's channel and doing those predictions, man. Great guy. Love Star Wars Santa, man. That dude's the best. Mike Stanchill Porter says the best Jedis this year was Fitz and the Tantrums. I almost read that as Tauntauns. Like the Force, this band was everywhere. Talk shows, Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, Orange Bowl halftime show, Dick and Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve. That's what's up. Don Basham says, in my predictions, nah, the autocorrects are getting all of us today. Heck, me reading these and my brain's autocorrecting, you know what I mean? Talented Mr. Griffin says, do you think that the dark Death Troopers that we've been seeing could possibly still be clones, Mando and Rogue One? Has there been... I guess there were a few Death Troopers in Mando. Good question. I think it's possible. They could be more like elite squad members. I do know that there are clones still in the comics that aren't Death Troopers, but actually the troopers that we see in the Cal Kestis video game. What are they? Jeez. Now I'm blanking on those. Not Dark Troopers, not Death Troopers. What the heck are their names? There are clone troopers, though, that are kind of elite members that are still in the stormtrooper kind of regimen later on. Gosh, I'm terrible with remembering Star Wars lore today. It's not a good day for remembering Star Wars lore. That's okay. There are troopers. I can confirm, though, there's a different kind of trooper that is clone troopers later on. But as far as I know, Death Troopers are like some of the most like elite members of the stormtroopers that kind of just are trained super, almost like the Navy SEALs for the U.S. You know what I mean? Like they go through some crazy training, and basically that's why they only talk in this like I don't know if you've ever heard the Death Troopers talk, other than maybe in Star Wars Rebels, but in Rogue One they don't even like really talk. It's like a weird like muzzly speech kind of pattern thing. It's almost alien the way it sounds, you know what I mean? But I don't think they're clones. Potentially that maybe a few of them could have made it to that rank, but a lot of the clones would have been pretty old by then too, by the time of Rogue One, so most likely not. But it's cool to think about, you know what I mean? Purge Troopers, oh Talented Mr. Griffin, thank you for coming in. Purge troopers are, most of them are, as far as I know, clones. So those are the one troopers that do kind of end up being clones, or later on clones are purge troopers. They're modified cyber troopers. Which ones? Oh, you're talking about the death troopers. The death troopers are like robots, I believe, or not the death troopers. The dark troopers are robots. Death troopers are other things. Cyber troopers. I don't know. Maybe they are. I got to do more death trooper research. All right, let's get into our next little prediction here, which is that Echo will likely leave the group. I don't know if it's going to be like a permanent thing, but I do think Echo is going to stray away from the group, and the most likely kind of course is that basically the Bad Batch are going to be doing what I think is going to happen here is the beginning of the season. I think the Bad Batch are going to basically be doing more and more jobs for Sid. Like, they're still trying to make money, make their way through the galaxy, just like Jango Fett. Like, I'm just trying to make my way through the galaxy, So I think they're going to be doing kind of that, doing some more missions for Sid. It's going to be some fun stuff, but probably some serious stuff, maybe even some stuff like Luthen or for the rebellion kind of thing. But I think as they go on more and more, I think Rex is going to hit him up. He's going to be like, hey, I got this job for you guys if you're willing to do it. You know what I mean? We've already seen that in one of the trailers even. Heck, I think Rex will probably come into the show multiple times, but I think he's basically going to come in and ask them for help, basically either rescuing Cody, rescuing Wolf, or just trying to rescue some clone troopers is the most likely case. But I think Rex, being homies with Cody the way he is, I think he's going to want to go save Cody. And we know Cody is in this season. So beginning of the season, Bad Batch are working for Sid. They get a call from Rex and they're like, yo, I need your help rescuing Cody. And so obviously the whole crew is going to go try to help him out. I think they would probably try to do that. I don't know though. Maybe there's going to be some kind of tension between Hunter trying to protect the group and Echo kind of being like, nah, we got to go help Cody. You know what I mean? So they go on this this mission to get Cody or whatever. And I think things might end up going sideways. I think maybe Cody dies, or maybe someone gets injured, and just it doesn't work out the way they want. And so I think, Hunter's going to be like, dude, we can't be doing this. And Echo's going to be like, nah, we have to help as many clone troopers as we can. Like, we got to help our brothers out. And the dynamic, just because Hunter is kind of more of a enhanced clone, the whole Bad Batch are enhanced clones, but Echo is kind of more of a reg, if you will. You know what I mean? So maybe that, and the fact that Hunter's looking out for his crew while Echo is kind of looking out for his, in a way. So I don't know. I just think that they're going to split apart. I think Echo at some point in the season might even end up going with Rex and trying to help out other clones or help out Cody. But I do think at some point throughout the season or the end of it, Echo will probably come back into the picture, maybe even rejoin the Bad Batch or something if he ends up leaving at all. And I do think that tension is going to be there, especially in the early part of the season. I think it is likely that we'll see, but Echo is probably going to leave. And that's why I'm like scared. Honestly, Echo's my favorite member of the Bad Batch, and that's why I asked you guys at the beginning of this, like, who's your favorite member? Because mine's Echo, and I'm like scared. I'm scared he's going to die. Protect Echo at all costs, man. Just please, don't kill my man. Don Cotterman says human with modifications. That's why their vocals are weird. Okay, so yeah, they're most likely not clones then at all. It's some humans with modifications. I guess that's why they're the Death Troopers. Neuromafia says Rex is that dude. Really interested to see how he ends up going from who he is in Bad Batch to one of the 3 old clones in Rebels. Me too, man, because he definitely ain't messing around with the chips, or he's doing anything he can to survive and help out his homies. You know what I mean? Stanley says the Empire evacuated from Cameo at end of season 1. What looks like the last batch of clones, they look about 10 age. Yeah, 10 or 5 real age. So clones could still serve the OT or after. So Stanley's, I love what you just said there, talking about how, some 10-year-old looking clones were leaving with Nala Se at the end of the Bad Batch, or when they were evacuating Cameo, right? So it almost looks as though the same group of kids could go on to later be the Purge Troopers that we see in one of the Darth Vader comics. And I could maybe try to find that image and pull it up for you guys. But, dude, it's almost weird how much that aligns to what you're saying. Like, it's basically, there's this comic where these Purge Troopers are working with the Inquisitors, of course, because that's what they do. And they're out here trying to kill some Jedi on the planet, the water planet of Mon Cala, which is, you know, the Mon Calamari. That's the same kind of species as Admiral Akbar. That, you know, it's a trap. So they're on Mon Cala trying to get these Jedi, and the Purge Troopers are there, and one of the Jedi basically takes off all their helmets, all the Purge Trooper helmets, and it reveals that, yeah, they're clones under those Purge Trooper helmets. And that's kind of how we know. But it ends up, he says, like, you guys were probably the last batch of clones ever to leave Camino, kind of thing. That's literally what the Jedi says. So there's actually a theory that that same batch of Purge Troopers could be the same batch of kids that we saw evacuating Camino in Bad Batch Season 1. So you're on to something there. It's a good theory. Don Basham says, I'm still laughing at Mike the Stand Show Porter. He's a funny guy. He's a funny dude. Stanley says, although Agent Kallus does say in an episode of Rebels the clones were retired. By the time of that period, they likely were. So Rebels takes place about 4 to 5 years before the Battle of Yavin, or before A New Hope, if you will. And BBY is what it's called. But 5 years before the Battle of Yavin, where we are in the timeline for Camino and the Bad Batch and everything that's going on in Bad Batch Season 1 and 2, that's really early on. So that's even way before 5 BBY, about 15 years before even. So Bad Batch takes place about 15 years before Rebels even does. Before Kallus is even in the picture, you know what I mean? So 30 years for the clones, give or take, because they accelerated aging. Their ages doubled, basically. So that would be 30 years for the clones. By the time of Rebels, I'm sure a lot of them were retired. Most of them, most likely. I mean, we even see Rex and all the crew at that point just looking old. You know what I mean? Mike's infamous dad jokes. He's the GOAT. Spoiler alert, they're all gonna die, bro. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying since Season 1, the Bad Batch is all gonna die. Alright, and so here's for my third one, my third prediction. And it kind of goes along with the Echo one, is that there's gonna be a clone uprising. I was predicting this back in Season 1 of the Bad Batch. I kind of thought that Season 1 would end with a clone uprising on Camino. And that definitely didn't happen, because Camino got wrecked. But I do think that we're going to maybe see the start of a clone uprising. I don't know if it's exactly going to happen in Season 2. I'm kind of hoping that they build it out to Season 3 or 4. But yeah, I think that more and more of the clones are going to start rebelling or uprising. We already saw it with Hauser in Season 1 of the Bad Batch, being the dude on Hera's planet, Ryloth. He's on Ryloth, and there were no Jedi, so him and his crew didn't kill any Jedi during Order 66. So they're already maybe less susceptible to the chip. Not exactly sure. Maybe it just wears over time too. But we've seen a little bit past Order 66. Some of the clones are not following orders quite as much as when Order 66 was initiated. You know what I mean? Good brothers follows Rex. You said it, Stanley. They don't follow orders. They follow Rex. Now I'm hungry for some good Chinese food. Now you're making me hungry for some Chinese food, Don. That sounds fire. Now you guys are getting me off track. But I do think that a clone uprising is likely to happen. More and more clones are going to start either realizing that what they're doing is wrong, or just rebelling against what the Empire is doing, because they're kind of treating the clones like crap too. They're already trying to phase them out, as we see at the end of Season 1. They're taking out the Kaminoans. We even saw one of the clones as Camino is getting destroyed. You know, he walks up to Admiral Rampart, the dude that gives the order to blow it up, you know, like, fire when ready, you know. He's blowing up Camino though, and he's like, goes up to him and kind of gives a status report to Admiral Rampart, and he's just like, sad. Like, you could tell the clone is like devastated by what this dude's doing, but he's following orders. I think more and more clones are going to start feeling like that, feeling like the Empire's not treating them right, or, you know, they're getting rid of them, they're killing their brothers. And I think even at some point, Crosshair could end up realizing that, as that's kind of been his big, like, mental block through season 1, is he doesn't realize that they're not trying to help the clones at all. He even says at one point, like, they're going to protect us, and, or, you know, the Empire's going to, you know, do what we need to do. We're going to do what we need to do for the Empire. He's so focused on that for Crosshair. But I think season 2, kind of Crosshair's storyline is going to go alongside that of the clone rebellion. Hopefully he starts to change his mind by the end of season 2. Talented Mr. Griffin says, I'll take some egg for young. Dude, now you guys are just making me hungry, man. Don B says, I know you. I'm Moo Moo Guy Porter. What is happening in the chat now? You guys are just like my mind. It's all over the place. Alright, y'all. I'm going to get into one other little thing, because those are basically our main predictions for Bad Batch Season 2. So we got, I think Grogu's going to be in it. I think that they could end up even mixing, or, you know, bringing the Bad Batch and the Mandalorian kind of together, having the two shows air together. I know I thought that maybe during when the Bad Batch was going to air with Andor. That was kind of a theory I had. But just, it's cool to see animation and live action Star Wars being aired alongside each other. And I just think it would be really cool to see them do that. I think it would be cool to see Bad Batch kind of give us a little tease with Grogu. Because I think even at one point, I believe basically the Convor Call, or one of the old Star Wars YouTube channels, had this theory or prediction or leak that Grogu was supposed to be in season 1 of the Bad Batch, and obviously that didn't happen. But maybe it was for season 2, and they just got a little bit of information that they shouldn't have way too early. You know what I mean? So maybe Grogu's in it. My other theory was, I think, it's possible there's going to be a clone uprising, and Echo might even leave the Bad Batch at some point to go help out Rex and other clones. But we'll see, man. If you guys have any theories or predictions for the Bad Batch Season 2, let me know down in the comments or in the chat section if you're watching on the live. Much love. Let's get back into the chat here. Kendall, a.k.a. the Sensei, says, I need some dumplings myself. Now we all getting hungry. It's a good time. It's a good time. Who's ordering the food? I'll put in the order. Let's do it. Don Clouderman says, there isn't any worth talking about around here, so I really crave. I mean, food is yummy. It's pretty good. Don B says, hey Kendall, happy new year, brother. The bowls with noodles are all about here in the chat. Hey, the bowls with noodles are fire. We got to get some ramen in here. Sounds fire. Might need to tell my girlfriend, let's get some ramen. Stanley says, do your thing. Gungi will die. No! Alright, so Stanley's great. Another great theory. I'm loving it, Stanley's. You're killing it with the theories today. Gungi will die. I hope not, man. That would be so sad for them to just bring back Gungi and kill him. I actually have a theory with Gungi, now that you bring him up. My theory with Gungi, or Gungi, or however you want to say his name. My theory with Gungi is we're actually going to find out maybe what happened to the other Jedi kids that he was like friends with back in the Clone Wars. I really hope we end up finding out, because we never really got a conclusion, obviously, with Order 66 happening. I don't think any of us expected to ever see Gungi again. But I do think Gungi is going to fit into this arc on Kashyyyk, where the Bad Batch were supposed to go there during the Clone Wars, I think even. Dave had this whole story set up. So it's cool that they're adapting it and bringing in Gungi for that. But yeah, my theory for that, hopefully Gungi ends up kind of telling us, or we see some of his Jedi homies and they all survived. It would be really cool if that happened. But will he die, though? I hope not. It's possible Gungi will die protecting Kashyyyk in a fight, you know, with the Bad Batch or whatever against the Empire. That would really suck, though. Maybe he gets put into one of those Ember stasis chambers that we see in Obi-Wan. That would be sad. Protect my Wookiee homie. The Daleman says there are three of the kids with him. Are you saying in the trailers, or I don't know, man? That would be really cool. Do you think a Bad Batch member will die? Says Kendall, aka Sensei. Oh man, a lot of us thought they would in season 1. Probably not. Probably not, because probably not is what I'm gonna say. Do I think it's possible one of them does? Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm terrified they kill off Echo. That would be worst case scenario for Sheev. No. But yeah, I think it's possible, but I don't think so. Like I think it's possible, but I don't think that's the way season 2 is going to go. I hope not, but probably. Don Cotterman says we get the Kashyyyk sick arc. Ooh, I hope so. I don't know if it's exactly going to be the same as it was during the Clone Wars arc or whatever, but I think it's possible. I think originally that might have been where the Bad Batch were supposed to be during Order 66, but obviously that was changed. I don't know. My freaking computer is blowing up. I thought I dealt with this. Let me just hide alerts so you guys don't hear that. Dom B says don't want any of them go on Kendall, but thinking it would be Wrecker first from the foreshadowing in season 1, going after that stuff with the Pikes. I mean, I do think Wrecker is one of the candidates to probably die at some point. Unfortunately, that would suck. Wrecker is definitely the most like upbeat, cool member of the group. Like him and Omega, 2 peas in a pod. Love the heck out of both of them. Protect them at all costs. Protect the whole Bad Batch at all costs, truly. But Wrecker is definitely a candidate to die at some point, and I think that would be heartbreaking. My number 1 candidate is Hunter, though, and I love Hunter. Don't get me wrong. I think Hunter's a great character. I just feel like if anyone was foreshadowed to die in the Bad Batch season 1, I feel like it was Hunter. My dude got straight pieced by the best bounty hunter in the business, Cad Bane. I mean, Cad Bane straight up shot him in the chest and he survived. He fell off on Mount Tantus or whatever. I don't even remember if it was Mount Tantus exactly, but one of the facilities that all the clone commandos were at when they rescued what's his name? Not Creep. Dang it. What's his name? Gregor. When they rescued Gregor in season 1 of the Bad Batch. You got, Hunter was falling from like hundreds of feet in the air. Like, if anyone should die, it's that, like, there's already been twice where I'm like, oh my god, did Hunter just die? And he survived. So hopefully he doesn't, but I feel like if any of the members do, at some point it's going to be him, and that'll probably throw the group into even more chaos and eventually lead to Omega having to step up as the leader. That's kind of where I think that'll eventually go, but I don't think that's until like season 4, you know what I mean? Darth Maximus says, is Gungi the Wookiee a Jedi? Yes, Gungi the Wookiee is a Jedi from the Clone Wars. He is a Wookiee Jedi. We only have like one other instance in canon that I know of personally of a Wookiee Jedi, and that's Buryaga from the High Republic novels. I think it would be really cool to see Buryaga and just something later on down the line. I mean, Wookiees live for like hundreds of years, so maybe he even knows. Who knows? Maybe Buryaga and Gungi are related. That'd be kind of cool. Hunter is Rambo, says Mike the Stanchill Porter. Yes, he is. He is Rambo. I mean, you can't really kill Rambo, though. You know what I mean? So he'll probably live forever. I was dinging there for a sec, Mike the Stanchill Porter. It happens. When you're that excited for the Bad Batch, it's just ding, ding, ding. Will we see a Jedi in Bad Batch Season 2? Yes, we will, Mike the Stanchill Porter. We definitely will. We already have confirmation that Gungi will be in it, as seen from the trailers. But I do think it's possible we could see some other Jedi. Maybe even Ahsoka. I don't know. It'd be cool to see Ahsoka and kind of her getting back into the rebellion in Season 2 of the Bad Batch. Maybe even tells the Jedi was kind of just a way to get fans ready for seeing her once again in animation. I don't know. Just it would be pretty cool. Buryaga is a dope name also. It is. I love that name. It's sick as heck. He's a cool Wookiee. Wookiee Jedis, man. Gotta love them. They're probably one of the coolest creations. I mean, take Chewbacca and make him a Jedi. Sign me up. Sign me up. The Daleman says Katarn class armor. That'd be sick. I hope, speaking of armor, I think another prediction I have is Omega was going to get her own set at some point. Maybe in this season, I'm hoping. Maybe little bits and pieces. I don't know. I've always had this theory since season 1. One of my favorite videos that I've ever made was Omega's going to get this white helmet. So there's this like white prototype helmet of Boba Fett. This white Mandalorian helmet that was used with like the original prototype of Boba Fett. And it's seen in Sid's office in season 1 of the Bad Batch. And that's going to be Omega's one day. It better be. I just think that would be dope. Dale, I'm sure we'll get Sid, Echo, Fee, Ganoa, Hunter, Omega Tech, and Wrecker. Yeah, Fee Ganoa is going to be a central character in this as well. That'll be pretty cool to see her. It would give Omega the backbone past her grief to whoop some butt if Wrecker goes before Hunter. That would be tragic, having Omega have to deal with that. Whew. I think Omega's going to go through some stuff before the Mandalorian time period. I do think it's possible we see her during that time period. I really hope so. Stanley says Sid gives her the Mando armor from her shop. Yes, please. Do it. We got to see it. We got to see it. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here in the next couple of minutes. So if you got any questions, want to put any super chats into the chat, now's your time to do it before we head out of here. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We're going to be doing a lot more content this year. I promise you that. Just based on the fact that I haven't been doing as much lately. But I'm definitely going to be trying to focus a lot more on the content this year. I'll keep you guys updated in our Discord. So make sure to join that in the link in the description below. If you're new to the channel, a big welcome to you once again. Make sure to subscribe. Smash that like button. It really, really helps us out. And I truly, truly appreciate it. I can't stress that enough. It's awesome. It would really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for being here. What else we got in the chat? Before we go, one more little tidbit for you guys. I got to put this up here. So talking about 2023 with Star Wars, I saw this today in our Discord, I believe, if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can get this. My bad, y'all. Window capture. And so this comes from a tweet from Julian Garridy. I think I said that right. Garridy. He works over at Ubisoft, who's doing the open world Star Wars game. And he put out this little tease. If I can put it up here, let me adjust my camera. What is happening? Gotta love when stuff doesn't work. Alright, here we go. So check this out. This comes from a tweet from Julian Girardi saying, Happy New Year to you all. 2023 is going to be huge for us. Join the adventure. Hashtag massive Star Wars with massive entertainment at Ubisoft Studio. So this is good. This just seems awesome to me, man. I don't know about you. If it's coming in 2022, I'm ready for it, man. We know, though, that there's been an open world Star Wars game in the works for quite some time over at Ubisoft, and this appears to be it. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I definitely am too. I think if 2023 we get an announcement that this game's coming at the end of it, you know, alongside Star Wars Jedi Survivor and all the other amazing live action and animated content that we're going to be getting this year, it's going to be an amazing year, man. It's going to be an amazing year. So I'm hyped for it, man. We're going to be doing a watch party tomorrow night. So tomorrow night at 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to be there or be square. We're going to be watching the first 2 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2. They're going to be airing at midnight Pacific Standard Time Wednesday morning or 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adjust accordingly. If you guys have any questions about what time, you know, based on your time zone, hit me up in the Discord or in the live chat. But it's going to be a good time. Make sure to be there. I cannot wait to see you guys and hang out and watch some Bad Batch. It's just going to be a good time. Terra Sinube will absolve with them. You think Terra Sinube is going to be in Bad Batch Season 2? That would be wild if we end up. So, last little prediction here before we get on out of here. I think it's possible in Bad Batch Season 2 we're going to see Inquisitors. And I don't know how many there's going to be at this time period, but how cool would it be to see the Inquisitors back in animation with the Clone Wars animated style, you know, the Bad Batch amazing animation style, to have the early Inquisitors, whether it be, you know, our favorite Rupert friend, the Grand Inquisitor, you know, he shows up. That would be amazing. We know he's kind of already Inquisitor as soon as Order 66 happens. There's other ones that kind of were brought over right around that time too. I just think it would be really, really cool to see just a few Inquisitors, just a few. Maybe that includes some Purge Troopers then as well. So that's my last theory for the show before tomorrow. I cannot wait for it. I'm texting Sheep against the Smalls. Do it. Make me ding. Sheep, you doing Bad Batch watch party? You know it, talented Mr. Griffin. You know it. We gotta do it. I'm excited for it. My poor phone doesn't do spaces well. Mine doesn't either. It just spaces it out, really. Kind of like me. Kendall, aka the Sensei, says must be nice to get it at midnight. It is pretty nice getting it at midnight. I mean, I still lose some sleep, but it's not as much as if I got it, you know, I was on the East Coast. And I know that's, you know, if there's one thing going into 2023 that I would recommend to Disney and Star Wars, and just release it on a midnight Eastern. You know, I know you guys are based in Burbank and in California, but please, for the love of God, release it at midnight Eastern Standard Time, not Pacific. Come on now. Nurmapi says the editing for audio on my next vid with the muted Chief talking to me right now. Gotta do it, man. Gotta get the grind going. Stanley says would be cool, but no to the helicopter lightsaber. Hey, I never said that we're gonna have a helicopter lightsaber in the Bad Batch. I said that we're gonna maybe see Inquisitors, and I think Grand Inquisitor would be fair. Would be fair, you know what I mean? I think we probably will never see a helicopter lightsaber ever again, but it would be cool if we do. It'd be cool if we do. Maybe you know, I'll take that back. Maybe in Vision Season 2 we will. That'd be cool. Hello there, CT0420. Hope you're doing well, cuz. Much love and happy to see you in the chat. Mike Stanchill Porter says, I'm on Tatooine. What time zone am I in? Think you're in a galaxy far, far away, my guy. It's about 6:23 here. I'm guessing 9:23? Is that right? I don't know. Tatooine's from another galaxy, so it's far, far away. Happy New Year to you, man. Much love, cuzzo. Dom Basham says 3 BBY, maybe? Stanchill Porter? Yeah, that would be, sounds about right, Don. Sounds about right. That's why I can catch it on the stream. I'm sleeping otherwise. I feel you, Dom B. Get some rest tonight. I know everybody on the East Coast. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. We're going to get on out of here now. So thank you all for being here. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We got a lot going on in 2023. A lot of updates for you guys to keep it going. And I'm definitely going to be trying to get some more videos out, whether it be character videos, kind of breaking down, you know, the introduction of Thrawn into Star Wars canon, whatever other kind of cool videos like that, whether it be theory videos. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to be working on. If you guys ever have any questions, any comments, want to see some videos, make sure to throw them into the comments section, throw it in the chat, hit me up in the Discord and let me know what you got. Much love though, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic 2023. Welcome into the new year and welcome into the year of Star Wars. Let's go. Peace out, everybody. Have a great night. May the force be with you always. I mean, ramen always sounds good, but it might be burger time. Damn, I started a lot today. What the heck? For real though. Ooh, Zillow Beast would be dope. Obviously, dude. I think we even heard that at Star Wars Celebration. So give me some Zillow Beast in Bad Batch Season 2. Sorry for the long outro. Hope you guys have a great night though. Thank you all for being here. And me. See you tomorrow. Peace.